Welcome to Breakfast and BS with Vince and Friends. I am, of course, your host, Vince, and today we got producer Virgil
How y'all?
and Sergio Top Down Cyberwolf Sanchez.
Arrrr.
We are at our homes, respectively, because unfortunately, Far Superior John wasn't able to let us in today, but we thank him anyways.
I like his new.
Absolutely.
I like his new ring name FSJ.
Oh, thank you.
Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but you know.
Well, I just thought I'd abbreviate it for that text just because, writing down Far Superior John every time gets a little taxing.
Mhm.
Like, do I really need to do this every time, or will they just get it if I put FSJ?
Well, you never know.
Yeah. So, big news coming out of San Diego this week. San Diego Comic Con is canceled, like I called it.
Mm.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I told you also.
I'll. I mean.
Yeah, we knew this was.
I mean. Okay. So in terms of the way that people were kind of just waiting and waiting and waiting in July. It's July, right? Mid July. That's when.
Yeah.
Towards the end of July.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we don't know what's going to happen, but same thing with Labyrinth. So here's another thing: is like people was like, well, are we going to still have Labyrinth? And that's not until August, and so it really just depends on how what happens. But the thing is, if they say, yeah, let's go for it, you know, but the thing is, there's all this production behind the scenes. And if you say yeah, let's go for it, and you only have like 2 or 3 months left of production, and this is like an all year thing. So, I don't know what Comic Con has to do, but I know on our end, you have to, there's all these, we have to paint all these sets, and you have to all this. It's gonna be, I don't
Well,
know,
look,
man.
you go to Comic Con and there's a whole production involved too. Like usually, like you start seeing freaking banners up around next month for Comic Con.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah,
So
starting May, late May. Like, yeah, definitely.
it's not. So shit's already starting to get planned and all that stuff. And no, it wasn't gonna happen.
It has to be, man. Hotels, hotel bookings, all got, canceled. So I mean, the majority of the I'd say the majority of the folks at this point in time are people that come from, outside of San Diego. So even if it's just Los Angeles or Vegas or whatever, it's people. You know,
Hmm.
we're gonna have a huge shutdown in terms of a lot of foreign travel too. I think for a while, just because people are just weary of jumping on a freaking tin can, with a bunch of other people breathing the same air.
Yeah, and
So
I actually think Anime Expo got canceled also.
It did. It did.
yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. Did WonderCon? WonderCon too, right? Yeah, and then they
yeah,
canceled. We were talking about Emerald City Comic Con, which is one of the ones that I was looking forward to, even though,
that's the one you always say you're gonna go to, but never will.
yeah, exactly. So this year, the universe made the decision for me, and it
Hmm.
was not a good one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the only one right now that still has a chance of being up in the air, but I don't really think it's gonna happen, is New York City Comic Con. That's like the last major convention.
Yeah, what is that usually like around Septemberish?
Yeah, September, October.
I don't know, man. That's
You
going
know
to be
what, dude?
kind of rough, especially
I,
since
I'd
New
be
York
scared
got
to
hit
go to
so
New
hard.
York anyways, regardless, dude.
I think a lot of people are going to be, honestly, I really don't think that anything is going to start kicking off again
Yeah,
until
next
next
year.
year. Yeah, yeah. This year's pretty much a wash, which is crazy to think when we're not even to May yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
I feel real bad about this. I mean, the entertainment industry is just taking a pounding, man. It's like
Yeah,
there's nothing you can do about it. And the other thing is just like how essential is the entertainment industry compared to medical and all this other stuff. So
Oh
you
yeah, but
know
anybody who's ever tried to watch one of those freaking late night shows, how they do it now, like a YouTube channel, God, they're freaking horrible. You take away everything. It's like you really have no substance.
Yeah. So here's
yeah,
so here's the so and this is how important production teams are too, because if you look at some of like I'll even say they added a new episode of Tiger King. Did you get to watch that yet?
Yeah, with Joel McHale.
Yeah. So everyone was on their phone or whatever it was that they were recording from. I mean, and they're all decent quality. if Netflix sent each of them a YouTube, they sent an iPhone and then they said film on this at this settings, then they set it up. But that's what I'm trying to say is like most actors and actresses don't know how to do that stuff because you rely on the production team to do that. So
Mhm.
so they are a big part of that. When you have new Netflix shows go up really fast because their production team is good.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of unsung heroes, really, because obviously not a lot of them, none of them really get any of the screen time. But yeah, I mean, a lot of Hollywood right now. I've got a buddy of mine who actually, well, an acquaintance, from high school, but we do. I have him on Facebook, and he's like part of the production team for a lot of Hollywood productions and stuff. And yeah, I mean, they're just kind of they're just kind of sitting and waiting, man. They're ready to get back to work, but I mean, I think everyone is at this point. But it just depends on what happens with with the entire situation. Everything needs to be looked at kind of holistically because you start having some people go back and it becomes like a watershed, moment. It's like once you have one or two kind of industries go back, everyone's going to be like, well, because the production company, they need to have the food services, up and running too, because
Mhm.
I mean, it's all interdependent, right? So
Mhm.
um once you kind of start heading back to work with one or two industries, everything kind of becomes a little chain.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Yeah, they
I
all
believe
feed
they're
off.
called cottage industries.
yeah,
They all feed off of each other. So,
right, right.
so did you watch that episode? What did you think of it? And Serge, have you watched Tiger King yet?
I have not.
Oh,
I need to. I know, but I just haven't. I just haven't got around
it's
to it.
supposed to be the series of the pandemic. So I mean, as declared by Joel McHale, but I don't know. I think it's a one of those weird distractions where like, well, it could be worse.
Right.
Yeah,
Great. The highlight of a public health emergency. That's great.
yeah. I watched it and I didn't watch it at the same time. The Joel McHale episode, just because I was like, all right, this thing's in my timeline because oh, continue watching or whatever,
Mhm.
and that was driving me nuts. So I put it on, but I just kind of fast forward through everything because I don't really like those wrap up shows
Yeah.
to begin with. You know,
Yeah, a retrospective, sure, maybe like like a year from now. I don't know, but I mean, seems like it's a little. Yeah, I don't know.
I actually thought it was good because they actually refuted some things that were in the documentary, like no, no, that's and so the parts that you don't hear, they actually tell you because however how it's edited, but with them being live, they're like, no, that's not what really what happened.
Is
So
it actually a documentary though, man?
it's a
Or
docu series,
okay,
yeah,
but it's like any docu series. It's always from the creator's point of view.
exactly.
right, 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 right.
You know, but these people are just entertaining in their own ways. So
Well,
that's what's captivating about it.
I do love my documentaries, as Vince knows, and Vince has turned me on to quite a quite a number of good ones over the years. So yeah, maybe I will actually, because I thought it was like just like a reality
No,
bullshit,
no, it's not
like
a, it's not,
Kardashians.
it's not a reality series. It's an actual
All right,
documentary-ish
all
thing.
right. Now I'm more interested now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. They were trying to make it into a reality series, but then mischief happened. But that's in an
I'm
episode, so
Yeah, I'm glad they did not do that because we don't need any more fucking reality bullshit.
It, you know, I mean, it's just, if just to follow it, like, why would I be interested in, saying, oh, I couldn't get my hair done today? I'm like, fuck you.
Pretty much. I've never been able to identify. Honestly, man, like the Kardashians and all that. I'd rather watch two flies fucking. It's more entertaining and more educational and more entertaining.
well, we all know I used to love my big fat gypsy wedding. I don't know why. That just always got
But
me.
I mean, even that, I think I caught a couple episodes here and there, and I mean, it has a little more heart.
And let's not even touch on my ghost adventures and freaking paranormal activity, freaking obsessions.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's a more of a purpose to those shows rather than look at me just be rich and complain about
Is
stupid
it
fucking shit.
because I ain't afraid of no ghost?
Of course.
Mm,
Thank you.
nice.
Bullshit. Last night I was like fucking playing Ghostbusters the game, and there was still a couple scenes that got me. Like, I know that was coming, but still.
You need a
Which
change of underwear.
which stage?
I'm in the library right now.
Okay, yeah, that's a good area.
No, I'm in the part where like the kids in the kids
Yes,
room. No, I hate
yes,
that one. Yeah.
yeah. So let me describe that scene to you, Serge. So you walk into the public library where in the very beginning of the movie, of the first
Mm-hmm.
one, and
Mm-hmm.
they're going after the librarian, and so you go through the library and you get to the children's area. There's no children there, but you hear laughing and kids. Um, I don't even. I think I'm not sure if they were uh, like help us or something like that. But so you go into this one room where there's this like reading area and and so the small chairs and the tables start lifting in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that freaked me out the first time I saw it. But when I went in there the second time, I was like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Oh, sounds like Halloween when I needed a change of underwear after seeing the library ghost.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're at whatchamacallit.
Universal Studios.
Universal Studios,
Thank you.
which I had a
Oh,
great time there, man. I really wish that they had it uh, better layout in terms of ferrying people around and not
Oh
having so
God.
many goddamn people.
And also
oh
not
my
so
god.
far away from each
Yeah, like I'd be
each
willing to
thing.
pay 20 bucks more if it meant them limiting capping the fucking there was just thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking people. It's ridiculous.
Well, we should have just bought that damn fast pass.
I didn't
Yeah,
even know. I've seen because when buying the tickets, you don't even know like, oh, what is this? I don't need it. And then you're like, oh shit, I needed that.
yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
like everything else. Live and learn. The first time, yeah, we went and yeah, we had a great time and uh,
Yeah,
but
but then they need a fucking something to ferry around the fat people in that place, myself included, because goddamn walking back up that hill is fucking murder.
yeah, we were already trashed and tired, and having to walk back up. Yeah, that's rough on people.
But then watching Sergio avoid any freaking thing with a clown was the best part for me.
Watch me go walk the opposite side of
Yeah.
Mm. Oh,
good
so
times.
I also started watching more anime, and
So
so
I'm watching anime right now.
Hmm.
I'm rewatching My Hero Academia.
uh-huh. Interesting. Yeah. So, High Score Girl 2 came out. It's a very cool anime only because it's all about 90s video games,
Uh-huh.
and so the main character is just super obsessed, and all the while, girls are attracted to him and he doesn't even care about it. So it's it's but the only problem I have with it is that they start off as like kids, and then as they get older and stuff, then they get into high school, or like they still kind of look the same. So I'm like, it's just like I'm not, you know, there's nothing supposed to be sexy or anything about it, but it's just kind of like I don't know if I can really get this. But if this was back in the '90s, maybe it was around my time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of level up arcade, or yeah, classic arcades. I was like, when I was at Walmart yesterday,
Hmm.
I was like, man, if I get my fucking Trump money, I don't want to get one of those level up arcades.
oh, really?
But no, but I was like, man, my mom would kill me.
Mm.
I was like, hell, I'd kill me because I could
You
just
have no room,
Yeah,
Vince.
there's no room for that.
exactly.
You're
I,
already like a wet fart away from all your pops falling down on top of your head. So
who says they haven't? But that's just another story. All right.
yeah,
uh, so I would say before we end the podcast today, I think Vince needs to do a little tour of his toys and just kind of give a little description of each one?
I'm just pushing them back up, making sure they don't fall on me.
Okay, so hey, I think I see the Flash up there. Am I seeing him?
No, that's
No.
that would probably be right here.
Yeah.
That
Deadpool.
would be Red Hood.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
Redhead.
Okay.
Red Hood.
Okay. Well, anyway, so what do you think about the Ezra Miller thing?
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, because okay. So number one,
He's a douche.
yes,
This is a Flash, right?
yes,
Yeah, the Flash from the Justice League movie.
yes.
Number
Yeah.
2, he's an uber douche. Number 3, he's the douchiest douche to ever douche.
Mhm.
Number 4, you look up the picture douche, you will see his picture next to Johnny Lowe.
Okay, so so a
Joking,
little
Lowe,
bit,
you know I love you.
so a little background here, Serge. So this guy, who plays
Barry Allen, the Flash.
Barry Allen. Okay, okay.
I'm
So
privy.
so I didn't know. I didn't really know anything about him. I mean, he did an okay job.
No, he didn't.
But okay.
Honestly, dude,
when I say okay,
there was a couple scenes I liked with him in it, but for the
Yeah.
most part, he was the most annoying person for me in that goddamn movie.
Yeah, they tried to have him be the comic relief, which
yeah.
did not work.
Well, I'll tell you what
And that was not Barry Allen, dude.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying is like I've seen worse movies of sidekicks or people who just wouldn't shut up. I'll take Owen Wilson as one of those people, but you know the thing was I didn't even know what he was like outside of the character, and I really honestly didn't care. But then when they broke the story about him choking someone, whatever and you want to know something? It wasn't like it was like I'm gonna choke you and then I'm gonna slam you down. Like he just grabbed her with it and laid her down. It wasn't like, oh, he slams her to the ground. That wasn't a slam. Give me a break.
Well, it might have been exaggerated, but he laid hands, man.
Yeah,
There's no
that's
excuse for that.
that's right, and that's what I'm saying is that's the thing that was not okay
Not cool.
to do, not okay to do at all. So anyway, but I didn't realize how much of a controversial person he was, and so whatever. But I think in terms of
Excuse me.
the character
How
Flash,
how much they them is? Thank you.
they them whatever.
He's non-binary.
Okay, so
They're non-binary.
are you
non-binary.
you wanting to do Wally West better
I would
than Barry Allen?
if they give me the redhead Wally West.
Okay, and who's going to play him, or who would you want to play him?
Someone young. But
That could be
like-
anybody.
I know.
Honestly, man, Anton Yelchin would have been fucking great.
He would have been awesome.
Rest in peace.
I know. But no, I don't know who yet off the top of my head for a Wally West, but I would love to have Wally West. That's just he's my Flash. That's just who I grew up with.
Mhm.
You know, I had a Flash toy when I was growing up from Challenge of the Super Friends,
Mhm.
or whatever which one it was, and just at that time, Wally West was the Flash, and his costume was the dark red with the white eyes. But this was the Barry Allen Flash, so it was the light red, but and his eyes out. So I remember I took white out and I put it in the eyes because that's just how I knew Flash from the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, that's just who I grew up with.
So what are the differences between Wally West and Barry Allen, just for those who don't know?
The way I always saw Barry Allen as is dad jokes. Always kind of serious. Always got kind of dad jokes.
And then Wally West is
Fun, lighthearted. Kind of had a rough past, but still came out like a good guy.
Optimistic. Yeah.
When I got into Wally West, when I was like really starting to understand who he was, it was like through the new Teen Titans comic books from the 80s.
Mhm.
But by then he was like already like losing his speed and kind of like just being the teenage angst, just kind of I'm already this, that, the other, and like where he quit right before the Judas or right at the Judas contract.
Mhm.
And even then, when he became the Flash after Crisis, right after Barry Allen died, he still wasn't as fast. It was only like later where like because his metabolism was like faster,
Mhm.
so he was like actually like aging quick and all that stuff. But then all that stuff gets fixed in comics later.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Or was that he was like losing his speed or something like that?
I see. Okay. Yeah. Well, in terms of news and stuff, I mean, maybe that's good for fans that Ezra Miller's out. I mean, I couldn't probably see a whole movie on him. It's just there's just no way.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
I freaking pull what's left of my teeth out.
No.
Mm-mm. Yeah, he doesn't have that actor was not a he couldn't carry a movie by himself.
But
Barely a supporting actor.
yeah, what's funny is I guess they were planning on restarting the DC universe.
They're
DC
gonna have to.
universe.
Yeah.
No, but with him as Flash during do a Flashpoint movie.
Ah.
But no, I'm glad he's not in that. But also, I guess they built a sequel for the Fantastic Beasts series. Him as the main protagonist. His character as the main protagonist.
Oh.
Oh wow.
So yeah, because I get like he talked WB into
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, no, we need to go back to like the studio system. I want to be part of the WB for as long as I can, and and now they're effed.
Hmm. So they already have stuff in the can for that Fantastic Beasts series?
Not yet. I think they were supposed to start filming, but then all this shit started happening.
Well.
Oh, you know,
Wow.
probably better for them because they probably would have run into that problem in the middle of production and then they're all screwed.
Bro, yeah, that's what I
Mhm.
was. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Or that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Well,
but no,
what do you think's going to happen for Wonder Woman then?
It might get a digital release, man. If
no.
I don't
Well,
know.
they said it's supposed to come out in August.
Oh, they did. They pushed it back.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna keep it and just do a digital release. Speaking of digital releases, though, Trolls made a freaking just smashed all the freaking records for like VOD downloads.
well, yeah, because
Really?
people need content right now, man.
Right, right, right. So
And
they
then
took a gamble on that and
yeah,
by bypassing theaters, but it ended up being a win.
but then you got like kids everywhere. You got to keep them entertained. There's no, there. What are you gonna have them do? Watch the same stuff over and over again? They're
Right,
gonna go crazy.
right.
Well, my sister ordered it, and I was actually pretty surprised. I was like, "Oh, okay." And then so the problem was the connectivity. Like my nephew would get stuck on a scene, and he did like, "Oh, start it over," and then they'd start it over, and it would get stuck on the same thing. So
Hmm.
bandwidth
Well, yeah.
was
I mean,
could
there's
well, no,
100 million
yeah,
people
huh?
probably trying to watch that shit at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's a problem, I think.
Yeah, but I rented that for my nieces. Like I gave my brother the money, and I was like, "Here, because I wanted to take them to the movies to go see it because I took them to see the first one. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
things being what they are, I can't be there and watch it with them.
How did it turn
So
out, though?
as far as I know, it went good.
Okay.
You're still an awesome uncle, even remotely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You're a
I
remote
know,
uncle. So I don't know. I mean, if they do a digital release of it, I mean, I don't know what to think. I mean, I'll try it, but
They're gonna hold out, man. That's a movie that the Trolls. I mean, honestly, watch it at home, watch it on video, okay. But you know, Wonder Woman or any of these other DC movies, or that's a theater movie, man.
AMC might not make it through this.
They will.
if I
They're
can
just
still
being
see
a
a
bunch of
$5 Regal, I'll be happy.
they're being a bunch of babies. They're not gonna you know the biggest theater chain in the freaking America for 1 month of freaking theaters being shut down, maybe 2 months tops. They're
Mhm.
not gonna. It's not gonna go under. They're just making a big stink of it because they want to get the bailout money, and I think they already did, if not soon. So
Mhm.
they'll be fine. All these big chain restaurants too, man, they're gonna be fine because I read an article. I forget where now. So much shit runs together, but saying that some of these big chain got like $30 million, combined two big chains of like restaurants. Like one of them's like the Ruth Chris Steakhouse, which kind of runs a lot of the high end like steakhouses and stuff. They have so many locations that they qualified for
Hmm.
like $30 million, and then there's a lot of mom and pop shops that basically haven't gotten any money because the way that it's being distributed. So as
Yeah,
usual, it's the same kind of situation. I'm not worried about the AMC's of the world. I'm not worried about any of these big companies because they can restructure. They're worth money. Someone's, yeah, maybe they're not going to make their profit margins that they're used to make, where their CEO can basically walk away with $30 million, at the end of the year. Too fucking bad, you know. You guys, everyone has to make adjustments. Everyone has to make concessions, right now, and so they're going to be fine. It's just a big uh, political, thing where they're just playing to everyone's emotions, oh, please, come save us, but you know they're not willing to, what I mean, budge when it comes to the rest of the year when they're making hundreds of millions of dollars. So you're gonna get no. I don't feel bad for you. I feel bad for the mom and pops restaurants that
Hmm.
might not be here at the end of this. Those are the ones that I feel for.
Yeah. I'm probably thinking of ordering from Xenophonies for lunch. I mean, God, I mean they do breakfast so well. I mean, so I just wish they would be
Lunch is
breakfast.
great too, man. Dinner too. Vince and I have gone a
mhm,
couple times for dinner.
No limited menu though, I think, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's probably just lunch at this point, burgers and stuff,
Hmm.
salads.
Uh,
It's
Vince,
their
any
meatloaf.
any uh, any opinions on the bunch of releases from WWE this week?
WWE?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they had a
Oh my
they had a
God.
bloodbath,
Hmm.
and like people like that just re-upped their contracts.
What?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
got to cost some money to break those, dude. I mean, right? Because don't they have? Isn't it go both ways? Well, I'm sure they probably found a way to get away
I'm
with
I'm sure they're using like the
some clause.
yeah, like an emergency whatever clause. Well, some of these people are gonna have awesome careers when everything gets up and running again. Like I could see Gallows and Anderson going to AEW or
Hmm.
back to New Japan.
Mm.
Hmm.
I
I
think it's gonna
think
be New Japan.
either or, you know, because at least in AEW they'll probably make good money with a lighter schedule.
Didn't they still do WrestleMania though? Did they have it or
Yeah,
no?
they
Uh,
they main evented night one.
wow. And how was the what were the viewership numbers? Was it
I don't know. They don't really release the viewership numbers for the network.
because I was gonna say, I mean, if they're still doing stuff, I mean, what's the excuse? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I guess they got declared an essential business in Florida.
yes, of course,
I don't know how the hell that happened.
because Florida. That's why.
Yeah, but no, like I said, I think EC3 is gonna have a great career.
Where is he going?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Wherever he goes, his career will be good.
No, I think again AEW or New Japan would be good for him
Yeah.
because I could totally see EC3 and Sean Spears teaming up under Tully Blanchard. That'd be great.
Mm. Well, some people have actually said EC3 and MJF.
That'd be
I
good.
That'd be a really good heel team. The only problem is they're gonna step over each other because they're gonna be fighting over for screen time because those two personalities, even though they're very similar, is also a bad thing. So because
Yeah,
yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of good um, uh, talent that got released, and unfortunately, it's I. This is never a good thing to happen. I mean, but it's affecting everybody, and
like
I would.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder and Impact.
Hmm.
But then they got their podcast, they got their toy shows and all that stuff. So I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll. I mean, they'll probably go with a fun promotion too. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
if they can get in. I don't think NWA has been doing anything lately, but I mean, I that atmosphere is fun. But they'll usually take everybody. Because when I actually was really surprised that when Colt Cabana showed up in AEW, I was like, weren't you just with NWA? Maybe it was a short time thing, but um, I mean, I'm enjoying him there too. It's even during this time, dude, I love like how AEW has been presenting their stuff. It's like I'm thoroughly entertained. all the time. And freaking the match.
Jericho on commentary is great.
Oh, dude, it is hilarious, and you can hear Tony Schiavone like laughing, like, dude, you're breaking character, man. But it's great. It's really good. So man, they're nailing it. They're it's like I do not want to stop watching.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, it's like anything else. There's people that are taking it in stride.
Yeah.
But speaking of bad news for wrestling, we lost Howard Finkel, this week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and
Some
so
say the voice of champions.
yeah, so um, I don't know, man. We'll see, but I'm not really worried about WWE. Just like I'm not worried about AMC. It's like these multi-billion-dollar corporations. They're going to be fine. The
Although,
talent's what I'm worried about. You know what I mean?
Yep.
although one thing I am curious about is I guess they filmed Money in the Bank already in Connecticut,
Mm,
and they actually did it on top of Titan Towers
Huh.
or something like that. Yeah,
Like in out in the open?
yeah.
That's weird.
All right, I think that's what they were saying. It's something like that. Like, all right, but at least they're trying new things.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. I don't know. This will be one of those times when like, okay, now we have to veer off from the formula because, you know, it, the not having an audience affects the way you shoot things.
Yeah,
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, and so if you're training the talent in WWE, yeah, you have to make these big uh, you know gestures and talk this loud and stuff. But now if you talk that loud in front of a camera, you can hear what you're saying. So and you probably shouldn't say the wrong things.
well, this is where the indies help.
Oh yeah.
You're used to not, wrestling in front of 50,000 people from the start.
Hmm.
Right.
You're used to freaking talking in the ear, like in the corners and in the hole,
Yeah.
and not just being out and loud about it.
Right.
Well, I think the bottom line is if you're putting out a good product, the venue really, you know, should not be. I mean, the venue, sure, it's part of the show having a spectacular venue, but you watch wrestling for the wrestling. And so I think that if they just kind of focus on the fundamentals, um, you know, I think they should be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay.
But I think the good news is I think wrestling is always going to be there. It just
Yeah.
depends on the form. It just sucks that it happened like right when things were starting to pick up with other companies,
Mm.
where we're actually seeing legitimate competition again in wrestling.
Right. And now it's going to be rough on them because they're barely starting to, kind of get their legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, too, I ordered some shirts.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, well, I did, and I actually missed that sale by 1 hour. I was like, no, because
Oh.
no, but the thing was like I ordered it the night before, and I couldn't get through.
Uh.
It wasn't putting in the promo code or anything. I was like, dang it! And then so finally I got it. I was like, no, you don't get the promo. I was like, "Durr." And then that shirt design you sent me through email like over a month and a half ago, I haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Uh,
and I sent him an email. I said, "Hey, I know I ordered this before the pandemic, but still, when am I gonna get this?"
Doo-doo-doo. We're sorry.
I know. I mean, if people have to physically go into a print shop and do all that, then I guess I understand. But man, it's been almost 2 months now.
Well, honestly, man, a lot of this stuff comes from China. Like the printing. Maybe if not the materials, then the printing.
well, good
So,
news is Pro Wrestling Tees is from Chicago.
Yeah,
oh, is it?
yeah. The one
Yeah.
from Shirt Punch. I don't know
Yeah,
what
but I
that's
mean,
from.
they might be
I think
based out of there, but are they getting their materials and stuff from?
I think Shirt Punch is Canadian.
Uh, not your
So
buddy, guy.
I know like a lot of their printers are shut down too. So,
Yeah.
but then why would they still be advertising? So it's like, what the hell?
That's what
Well,
I'm.
and
That's what I'm saying.
a lot of companies are trying to. They know that people are at home. They know that people are, but they're having to deal with supply chain issues on their side. So they're hoping that people are just kind of patient and wait because shipping is going to be delayed and manufacturing is going to be delayed and stuff. But they're still running their websites. People are still more than ever. People are buying shit online. It's like Amazon. I bought a couple things that I needed, and it's like shit's not going to be. Some stuff's not going to get delayed until, or shipped out until the middle of May.
Are you still getting stuff from Amazon? Like, is it coming through?
Certain stuff, man. Certain stuff. You just kind of have to look because things are coming from same product. You might have 2 or 3 different sellers, so some of them are still coming through, and others that are more affected, but their supply chain's more affected for whatever reason, are the ones that are saying maybe not until May. So you gotta kind of shop around a little bit. Make sure you pay attention to the date where it says that it's going to be shipped, because that has a lot to do with it.
The one CD I did order for my mom was a Barbra Streisand one yesterday, and it said it was expecting to be like shipped like at around May 11th or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I think May 10th, May 11th, because I think early May is when they're really starting to thinking about easing a lot of the restrictions on stuff. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we are at the 36-minute mark.
All right.
There we are.
Anything else you guys want to go over?
Not off the top of my head right now, man.
Not really. That was a good recap.
Okay, so now let's do just a small tour of Vince's toys.
Huh?
Start with the Robin.
You tell you what,
Robin
pick
on your right.
Just pick what you want to show us.
Okay. These are my Robin from Teen Titans Go.
Nice.
My Burt Ward Robin.
Nice.
Yeah, that Burt Ward is distinctive from that brown hair.
Yeah. There we go. Then I have this one right here, which kind of looks like the New 52 costume.
That's nice.
Yeah. I used to have a large one, about a 12-inch, that let Sergio borrow the color like 2 years ago.
I just thought about that. I've got it.
Then I got the giant one right here.
Yes.
That I actually have tacked
to the wall
up so it don't fall on me. Robin as Nightwing from Teen Titans Go. I do have a Nightwing right here that has like 2 Eskrima sticks on his back. Very happy about that.
Nice.
Robin from The Night Begins to Shine.
Huh.
Red Hood, a Comic-Con exclusive. Ravager, the Deathstroke's daughter. Tommy Oliver as Lord Draken. Harley Quinn as Robin.
That's pretty cool. I think you showed that to me. Did you get that at Superior John's?
No, I got that from Hot Topic.
Hot Topic.
Internets. Ben Reilly as Carnage. The Ben Reilly Spider-Man as Carnage.
Oh, interesting. Spider Carnage.
Yep. Then the last one over here. Shit. Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Which is actually Frank Castle, the Punisher.
Wow. Awesome.
But yeah. Oh, and then I have a Robin Hot Wheels above my.
Yeah. What is it, the Batmobile or what is it?
Just a Hot Wheels, but like done in like Robin color.
Oh, okay.
So.
But this is the Damian Wayne.
Oh.
So those pops, like, I'm assuming those are kind of a limited run because some of those, I mean, because I guess you pay Pop to make those and then you sell it. Is that
right? So you have to come at them with an order of like, I don't know how many thousands. Otherwise, they won't even consider it.
The way it's been explained to me is, I guess, they come to you with some, or you come to them with some.
Depending on, because Gabriel Iglesias, right, was the one who comedian who wanted to have a pop, and they're like, "No, we don't think it's gonna sell."
Mm.
And so he was like, "Screw it." He was
What
like,
I
"I'll
do? Am
order
I still
it."
here? Hello?
Yeah, I
Yep.
can hear you.
Oh, you guys disappeared.
Are we still gone?
I'm still recording, and
You might have
everyone's
clicked
still.
on something, man. Just try to click on the windows till we pop back up.
There's some windows at the bottom of the screen.
I see you.
All right.
Okay.
So
Okay, good.
yeah, Gabriel Iglesias was like, "Well, screw it. I'm gonna order, my own and sell them on my own."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on on the
No,
Ethernet?
he's on Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, that goes 40 minutes, people. So
Speaking of Wi-Fi and Vince's room, how's the PlayStation? Is it working good after we
Huh.
did my
Oh, hell yeah.
fix?
Works great.
Awesome. So I like to hear.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, by the way, so after our show last week, I went out to visit Thrash, and he gave me a stack of games I've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are like limited runs that they're kind of like retro games, from you know that they made sequels to or something like that. So I'm actually enjoying some of those, but there's some games in there I'm like, oh man, this is gonna take a lot of time. But there's one game I played when I think I was a little kid, and I couldn't even get past like the first thing. I think I died like the first 10 seconds, and that went my quarter.
And now it's even worse.
No, because now I'm older and I'm smarter, and the game was given to me for free, so I can continue without having to throw in more quarters. So
That has
Is
not.
Thrash still working?
yeah, he's still working. So he's actually working from home. He only goes in 1 or 2 days a week.
How does he work from home? He does packages.
So he gets emails saying he's
Send them home with
received his
packages.
package, and then he'll go into the office, and then he'll deliver the packages, and he'll go in for that day, and then he'll go back home, and then so basically they just load up his mail room, and then he'll send them out. But
Okay.
so he's still working, quote, full time.
Good for him.
So he's just waiting, on delivery emails and stuff like that.
All right.
He still has to answer and do stuff, but he doesn't have to physically be there like every day.
Nah.
Yeah, lucky bastard.
Sounds about right for Sony, man. Because some of my friends from Sony and stuff were saying that pretty much since the March 15th, when the governor put out the order, they were like already immediately like set up to work from home and stuff. So
Cool.
they've got the resources for sure. So
All right. Well, hopefully this will.
Well, tell him I need games and a controller.
Okay. I don't know. You might have some news on PS5, so we'll see.
I remember when I used to be in the know when it came to that.
I know.
Yeah.
It all comes down to Thrash. Oh,
I
and I did tell him that he is the what do we call him? He was a douchebag. He was a dick bag of the gym bag of life.
What do you say?
Oh, he loved it.
I'm sure he did. He's a bag of used sweaty dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
I can't keep track of the bullshit that comes out of my mouth.
Yeah. On that note.
Yes.
All right. Well, then on that note, like and follow producer Virgil's band Stay Ill, saying his tribute to Smith and Morrissey. You can find them on stayill.net, Facebook, and Instagram. Coming soon, a flock of singles.
Yes.
And you can find Sergio Sanchez at Sergio Sanchez on Facebook, but leave him alone. He's a cranky old man. Thanks for stopping by. I'll get the check.
There's no check.